Initio Parfums Prive, relatively new brand, came out of the scene in 2015. They seem to have based their fragrances on the deeper aspects of the human condition, i.e. passion, subconscious, that real deep animalistic part of ourselves that we don't pay all that much attention to necessarily. I have very little experience with this brand. Hopefully I can shed some light for you if you are also inexperienced with this brand. Grab a cup of coffee, grab a glass of wine, post on up over here with me, because Initio Parfums Prive, welcome to the couch. Hey, what's cracking YouTube? I'm Brandon. Welcome to DaVinci's Alchemyst, your blue-collar guide for drinking well, stinking pretty. At the time of shooting this video, it is a cold Sunday afternoon. I just finished doing a Zoom perfume masterclass with Initio Parfums being the focus. The only fragrance from Initio that I have tried was Oud for Greatness, and even that was just a very little bit of an experience with. So it was really awesome to be able to try out more of their range. Now this is going to be a house overview, mostly based on first impressions. If you're new here, thanks for coming. Stick around to the end. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like. And coincidentally, if you are new to this channel, I do a series called Welcome to the Couch. This, I believe, is episode 4. And again, we are focusing on Initio Parfums Prive. I wanted to throw a quick shout out to Bellinis in Portland, Oregon for putting on the masterclass that introduced me to Initio. Had a really great Zoom meeting earlier today, so I am all hyped up to bring these 6 fragrances to you guys. So it is just going to be 6. It's not every single one from their line. There are multiple collections within their line. One of them is the Black Gold collection, which focuses on Oud for Greatness. The other one is the Hedonist line, which focuses on Rehab. The 2 lines that I do not have any fragrances from are the Magnetic Blends, as well as the Absolutes. But I do have samples from the 4 fragrances of the Carnal Blends collection, and those are Atomic Rose, High Frequency, Side Effect, and Psychedelic Love. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each one, give you a brief overview of what I got from it when I first smelled it, and then I'll go ahead and throw some of the listed notes at you. Now this is definitely a luxury brand. I believe the cheapest bottle is $305. They're 90 ml. The most expensive one being Oud for Greatness at, I believe, $365 for that bottle. These prices, of course, are USD. So let's just break right into it, and we'll start off with Oud for Greatness. So again, because I haven't had a ton of time to spend with each of these fragrances, these are all basically what I got off of a card. Please keep that in mind, that I always urge people to spray a fragrance on your skin as well as a test strip. That way you can really see what it's going to do for you. The difference between test strip and skin is like just a bunch of difference. All the differences. That was stupid. Anyway, so Oud for Greatness. This one has made a lot of waves in the fragrance community. I know that it's liked by a lot of people. I really do enjoy this one. I'll talk a little bit about the notes that I jotted down during the masterclass. So I got woody, gourmand, soft and complex. It's a little musky. To my nose, there is this kind of raspberry caramel or caramel, however the heck you want to pronounce it. And there is just this kind of soft underlying leather note, probably from the oud. Sometimes oud comes off to me anyway as slightly leathery. I do know from past experience that Oud for Greatness is a friggin' beast. It's beast mode time with Oud for Greatness. It lasts a very long time, especially on my skin. As a side note, I do know that Initio uses natural ingredients as much as they possibly can. They are an IFRA compliant fragrance company, so they don't use, like natural deer musks. They use anything that's ethical, anything that goes under the IFRA compliance regulations, which I could get into, but we don't want to make this an hour-and-a-half long video. The idea behind Oud for Greatness from the brand ambassador, he basically mentioned that the idea of it is they incorporate a lot of like sacred geometry into their imagery on the bottles, and they want to kind of bring this mystical quality to it. And like I said before, I enjoyed the absolute hell out of this one. It is really good. So I'm going to pull up their notes listed on their website, the little brief little insight that they have into the fragrance. I have to apologize to you though, because I got the price wrong. It's actually $375 for a 90 ml. So they talk about in their mix of this is patchouli, musk, oud obviously, lavender, and spicy notes like nutmeg and saffron. And scrolling down a little bit, that is complemented by the notes that they talk about, which are natural oud wood, agar wood oil, lavender, saffron, patchouli, musk. Doesn't list anything inherently sweet, but like I said before, I get this raspberry caramel vibe going on with it. So moving on to the next one, don't want to take too much time, so that's Oud for Greatness. Shifting gears over into the Hedonist line, the only one right now in that collection is Rehab. Initially for me, I get spice, kind of a saltiness, aniseed, soft, powdery, musky, very clean, a little sweet, not super sweet. As it actually dries down, I get definitely that clean vibe comes through quite a bit more. I almost get a little bit of a pencil shavings feel, which to me says there's probably some cedar in this. Don't know if that's true or not, but that's just what I'm picking up. The fact that the bottle and the packaging on this is white really works for this because it has kind of that clean purity vibe. And so off the website, the main notes that they talk about in here are bergamot, lavender, cedarwood, patchouli, sandalwood, hedione, musk, and it's all natural elements. So, which makes sense if it's Rehab, you know, sort of the clean vibe. All natural elements would make sense. So this is really nice. I do kind of dig it, especially how the cedar pops through. Real big fan of cedar fragrances. Not that that's like the main element that they were going for, but it's just kind of the big thing that I'm picking up. So that is Rehab. So now let's talk about the 4 fragrances that are in the Carnal Blends collection. This one is High Frequency, and for me this was the weakest one out of the entire 6 that I tried. It's very light, little woody, has kind of that almondy marzipan ethereality to it. It's pretty soft and kind of creamy. There's something fumarous about it, if that makes any sense. And I almost kind of get this soft bubblegum vibe to my nose. It's just this sort of, you know, bubblegum, like almost like Bazooka Joe when you'd open the little packets. It's that kind of powdery, slightly sweet bubblegummy smell that comes from that. So listed on their site, again, they say in here there's an overdose of hedione, magnolia, jasmine, vanilla, heliotrope, almond, and sandalwood combined with that hedione. This particular one, gotta be honest, not for me. It doesn't really vibe well with me. I'll still try it on skin to see what it's like before I make a final decision, but this one's probably my least favorite in the collection. Moving down the line to Psychedelic Love. Hey baby. This for me is also quite powdery, musky, some soft white floral aspects to it. I get almost a minty kind of vibe. This is also in the category of really not 100% sure that I would go for this. Again, I will try it out on skin, but for me, it's at this particular point, it's not drawing itself to me. It's not calling out my name. According to the website in Psychedelic Love, bergamot, rose, myrrh, vanilla, patchouli, heliotrope, and hedione. I believe with this collection, they really focused on the heliotrope hedione thing being a part of the Carnal Blends, having to do with aphrodisiac quality. Like I said, I will try this one out some more on skin later on down the line, but not really vibing with me. That is Psychedelic Love. Now we'll talk about Atomic Rose. So this really tripped me out. It kind of blew my mind. Rose fragrances I'm trying to get into more. I don't have a lot of rose fragrances, but I'm really enjoying what different brands put together, and this one is pretty goddamn fantastic. There's a lot of rose aspects in this. It comes off as a green rose, a powdery rose, kind of a jammy rose. It's like all things rose all slapped together in one really well put together composition. You get vanilla, a little bit of like citruses, definitely something somewhat fruity that's in the background, more in the opening notes. Now that it's dried down a little bit, it's not quite as fruity, but it still kind of lingers a little bit. Has some of those musky attributes. I think I get a little bit of jasmine out of it. It's got slightly a little bit of that indolic kind of nature that I really love. So according to the website, this contains Italian bergamot, Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, Egyptian jasmine, Madagascar vanilla, and this one apparently is all natural as well. Like I said before, I don't have a lot of roses in my collection. This, I think, would probably have a good spot on my shelf because I'm digging this quite a bit. A lot of different rose aspects. Enjoying this, looking forward to testing it out more on skin. Atomic Rose. Final fragrance in today's house overview. This one is Side Effect. This is, oh, it's so good. This is sexy. This is really, really, really
sexy.
Leathery, salty, spicy. There's a tobacco vibe going on. Slightly boozy. I get this kind of graham cracker sort of crunch out of it. Comes off slightly indolic, that smell of sex that I love so very much in fragrance. And I did spray this on me, on my skin, and it's even better on my skin. This one, absolutely love it. So, website says the main notes are cinnamon bark, rum, tobacco, saffron, sandalwood, and again, hedione. Ooh, dude, this is so good. Obviously, you can probably tell this is the one that I bought today. So, Side Effect. Yep, that's the last one on this list. So to recap really quick, I would say that for me, Side Effect, obviously, because I bought the bottle and I'm gonna go down at some point. I don't have a watch. I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna go down at some point probably today and go pick it up because it's ready for me at Bellinis. Super excited. Also on my list of loves is Atomic Rose and definitely Oud for Greatness. Rehab coming in, I think, number 4 on my likes. And for me, though I don't hate them, not drawn to them, is Psychedelic Love and High Frequency. Before I wrap this up, I once again want to say to everybody, I recommend you go check out Initio. They're a really great fragrance house. I'm interested to try the other 2 collections, and I am also looking forward to see what they have for the future. I do recommend you get samples before you blind buy. This is not a blind buy collection, in my opinion. Check them out first, see what you like. Thank you guys very much for sticking around to the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed what you watched. Subscribers, repeat viewers, I love you guys. New viewers, thank you guys so much for coming to DaVinci's Alchemist. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to beat the shit out of that notification bell so you know when I drop future videos. Don't forget to tell your friends, and tell your friends' friends, and your friends' sisters about DaVinci's Alchemist. Cheers from me to you. Hope you had a fabulous weekend. Hope you have a fantastic week. Please make sure that you're taking care of yourselves and each other, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going. Don't forget, keep calm, stink pretty, and I will see you next time. Looks like, hey, get out of my seat. Come on, scoop, scoop, scoot your ass. I'm Brandon. Welcome to DaVinci's Alchemist, and this is Bucket. You gonna say hi? Dude. You fucker!